Boy, am I excited to be here. You excited to be here? Yeah. Raise your hand up if you're excited to be here. Whoa. You wouldn't lie to me, would you? Because if you would, there are some ways we could find out. That's right. If I wanted to know if you're lying 3,000 years ago, I would make you chew this. That's right. This is rice powder. And they actually did that in ancient China. So if someone were suspect of lying, they will make them chew rice powder and then spit. And then they would examine the product. So if the product was dry and dehydrated like this, then they would assume that the person was lying. But if the product was well hydrated and liquid like this, then they would assume that the person was being truthful. And all that was based on the neurophysiological principle that stress can cause decreased saliva and a dry mouth. Now, as one might assume, this lie detection method was subject to errors, simply because they weren't detecting deception. They were detecting stress, right? Which is not the same thing. You put me in an interrogation room accusing me of something I didn't do, I guarantee you'll get this. Not because I'm lying, but because you're in my face accusing me of did something. Now, today we're going to talk about a concept that is really important for the communicator and for lie detection also. In 2006, there was a research study that was conducted in lie detection and revealed that we only had 54% accuracy in detecting lies. You know why? Because we continue making errors such as the one with the rice. Right? 54%. And that study included FBI interrogators, special psychologists, and other experts. You know something? My coin can get up to 50%, and we only have 54. Bottom line, we sucked at lie detection. So I'm here today to talk to you about one of the concepts that helped us increasing our lie detection accuracy, because we have increased it. Over the last 10 years, we have increased our lie detection accuracy so much. So I'm here today to talk to you about one of the concepts that helped us do that, right? It is a concept that changed my life, and it is called cognitive load. And even though I have discovered that concept within the interrogation room, I also found that it is highly applicable in professional communications as well. So I'm going to tell you today how you can use a very special power in your communication toolbox. Specifically, we're going to talk about how cognitive load will lock your body when you're lying, how it will make your body fail you in a similar way when you're communicating at work, and how to use your cognitive load to unleash your natural communication powers. But first, I would like you to imagine something. Can you do that for me? Let's imagine that you were on a night out, on a crazy night out, yeah? Yeah. A lot of party people, yeah, I see you going on. Okay, on a crazy, let's say it's a bachelor or bachelorette party, because we are doing this on the extreme side, right? It's extreme, TEDx. So, you had a few drinks, you did a few things that you would rather forget. Sound familiar? I'm watching you. So, you're home now, and you have to talk with your partner, your wife, husband, boyfriend, girlfriend, right? You have two options: either tell the truth or lie about it. And we're going to examine exactly what happens in our brain in each occasion, right? So let's go to the difficult scenario, which is easy for your brain: telling the truth. If I want to tell the truth, everything is very simple, right? I want to communicate the truth, and my memories, my body language, my verbal communication all is a relatively light and consistent load. It's very easy to communicate that. And if I want to send my idea, this is my idea, my message, it's fairly easy to transmit. Who can catch a ball? Sorry, my bad. Okay. As simple as that, okay? Straightforward. It goes as a whole. But if I'm lying, if I decide to lie, oh man, I still want to activate the true story in my head, right? I don't want to contradict that. I don't want to contradict that. I want to construct a new story, the fiction, the lie. I want to memorize what I'm talking about, that the lie. I want to memorize my lies because I want to be able to retrieve that in future conversation. I'm still watching you, right? I want to control my body language to appear truthful. And I want to control my verbal communication, the words coming out of my mouth, right? And we know from research that when we communicate under this cognitive load, then we get awkward. We get stiff, we get clumsy. Our bodies could not handle all this load. These parameters are all too many to juggle with. And when we try to communicate my message, my idea, it's still clumsy. Right? It's messy. It's different. It's unnatural. Right? So, because it's so unnatural, things change. And we are here to confirm that from the interrogation room as well, right? We had a murder case when the murderer, just the times when he was lying, he decreased his hand gestures close to zero. We had another case where a mother murdered her 2 children, and she was claiming that she was all sad and distressed, but she claimed that they were being kidnapped, and she was trying to act all distressed. So she was trying to act, but her face was not helping her. So we know from the anatomy of the human face that when we experience intense sadness, then our eyebrows should go up and pull together, right? We didn't see any such tension on her face. We also know from the physiology of the human cry that when we cry, we should observe fundamental physiological reaction in our face, such as tears, nose running, swelling up in the facial region, swallowing up more often, heavier breathing. She could not do that. She could not simulate the true emotion because the strain of maintaining both true and false stories knocked away her natural abilities. And today we are talking about the cognitive knockout, right? So when we have a cognitive load, it's like we're knocked out of our feet. It's like we're punched in the face and we get stiff, awkward, and clumsy, as I told you before. Now, I'm excited with the work that I have done with the police in the interrogation room, and I'm fascinated with body language, but I'm equally excited with the field of organizational behavior. So, from the very first minute I came across with the concept of cognitive load, I tried to figure out ways to transfer that knowledge in meaningful business interactions, such as high-pressure meetings, job interviews, important talks and presentations, right? Really interesting. So, I will try to take you to the journey I did from transferring that, the cognitive load from one side to another, but first I want you to answer a single question. How many of you have you ever been into a friendly conversation lately? Conversation with a good friend or family member, something? Everyone, right? So if I could have a video camera capturing you being all natural and relaxed, being all, oh my God, you're never going to believe what's happened. I'm telling you, it was this, this, and that. And you were energetic and confident and communicative and effective. And then the other day, you go to your business presentation, your nerve-wracking business presentation, without line information to hit on and slides to navigate and a time frame to consider, and you go, hello, my name is Savvas Trichas, and today we are going to review 350 slides on communication. May I have your attention? No, you may not have my attention. Because you are so much in your head at that time that you suck away your natural ability to communicate with others. You knock away yourself with cognitive overload, right? And you've been there. You've been there. In that business presentation, in that unexpected question in a job interview. You even been there when you were trying to talk to someone important or someone you really, really like, right? You've been there. I've been there in my major review presentation for my PhD. So a major review presentation for the PhD is like a dreadful procedure when you have to defend your progress in front of a committee of examiners, and they should decide if you're going well or if they should send you back to the drawing board, okay? So I was there, and I was all sweaty and nervous, and I had all these notes with me, and I got out of sequence, and nothing clicked. I mean, nothing clicked. Have you ever been in a situation where nothing clicked? And I was, and I started collapsing. So one of the examiners understood that I was collapsing. He knew me, so he was like, okay, Savvas, you need to stop. 3 things. Toss your notes, be yourself, and have some fun. And I remember thinking to myself, okay, that was in a fraction of a second, but I remember thinking to myself, okay, toss my notes, toss my notes. I can do that. Toss my notes. Have some fun. Yeah, have some fun. I could be myself, but have some fun. Have some fun. How could anyone have fun in such a stressful situation where there are so much at stake? I mean, I want to knock him out. But he was being friendly. He was being friendly. And I tried. I really tried. I did my best. I tossed my notes. That was easy. I tried to be more myself, but I couldn't have fun. I just couldn't get it. But after that, because I got through that, it didn't go well, but I got through that. And after that, meeting after meeting, lecture after lecture, communication after communication, I finally got it. And all of a sudden, it was happening. Having fun was all about perspective, right? So if I'm here in front of you now, thinking, back to my balls, thinking, oh my God, they're not liking it, and I'm all sweaty again. What am I doing here? And why on earth is she playing on her iPhone? And whoa, where am I in my notes? Why I don't have it? Oh, I forgot something really, really important, and I have to get into it. And why is the door open all the time? Then I load myself with all this cognitive information, and I'm more in my head at that time rather than that moment, right? But if I change my perspective, if I change the way I see things, like me now, if I'm here to help you guys get me, I have this amazing concept, cognitive overload, cognitive load, which really changed my life, right? It really changed the way I communicate with people. And I'm here to talk to you about it. I'm here to tell you how you can use it to change your life. Then I leave this down. And I'm here, I have a clear aim, a clear focus to give you my value. And everything changed. I don't care if I'm sweaty. Yeah, I'm sweaty. I don't care if someone plays with his iPhone. I don't care if I miss something in my notes. By the way, I missed 3 things in my notes so far. Okay, I don't care about any of these things as long as I make you understand my point of view. As long as if you are living here, you got something from me, yeah? This was what matters for me, and I live this down, and I'm more communicative than ever, right? So the secret is, no, the next time you'll find yourself in any situation that you are trying to communicate in a high-stakes situation like me now, just think of ways of getting rid of your cognitive overload. I actually took the 3 pieces of advice that my examiner gave it to me. Remember them? Toss your notes, be yourself, have some fun. And I created a 3-step framework to help myself when I'm being on stage or whenever I communicate ideas, right? So toss your notes is all about knowing your content beforehand. You don't need any notes with you at that time. Every time you look down through your notes, you will lose connection with your audience, and you will flatten your delivery style, right? Know your content beforehand. Be well prepared. Record yourself. Talk to other audiences before the actual time, because that way you get to go through the thoughts that will pop into your head the actual time you are talking, and then you get to release some cognitive space for the actual communication, right? Be yourself. It's all about communicating ideas that are close to the real you, your true identity, right? So you ideally want to communicate ideas you are passionate about. That way, you don't overprocess things in your head at that time, and your body talks from the inside out. You facilitate your body to be energetic. And even if you don't like the idea you're presenting, because I know you don't like all the ideas you're presenting in front of someone, try to make it yours. It's the only way to help your body help you, right? And lastly, have fun. It's the most difficult part, but we talk about that. It's all about perspective. So you actually want to have a conversation with your audience and not a lecture from far, far away about how you can help them, right? How you can give them your value. And then you have a clear mission and you march. You don't care about any of this. So the secret is rearranging things in your head. You are in control of your thoughts. You determine whether or not your body will facilitate or inhibit your message. You determine if you will load yourself with negativity, right? The single most important thing that I've learned from many, many years of researching human behavior and body language specifically is that one way or another, your body will find a way to reveal, to leak your true intentions. So what you need to do is make your intentions count and knock them out. Yay! Finally got it. Thank you. You can keep it.